There is a reason why you might have few or no friends. Let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like you're on a different wavelength than everyone else around you? It's like you're tuned into a unique frequency, and suddenly the crowd you used to blend in with feels alien. This experience, my friend, might just be a sign of your spiritual awakening. But here's the catch. It can also be the reason why you're feeling isolated, even at times when there are others around you. You get a sense of feeling alone. In this video, we're diving into the signs of spiritual awakening, the first one being the shift in relationships. You see, when you begin to awaken spiritually, your perspectives start to shift. Things that used to matter a lot seem trivial now. You find yourself questioning the norms, the shallowness of certain conversations, and even the authenticity of your connections. It's like you've been seeing the world in black and white, and suddenly it's in color. But not everyone can see these colors. This shift can be disorienting, leaving you feeling like an outsider in your own circle. This isolation isn't just about having fewer friends, it's about the transformation within you. You're evolving, growing in ways that are profound but not always visible to the naked eye. You begin to seek deeper connections, ones that nourish your soul rather than just fill up your social calendar. It's not that you're becoming antisocial. It's that your soul is yearning for something more, something real. This yearning for something more profound and real isn't a new phenomenon. Throughout history, there have been individuals who have felt this call deeply, leading them to periods of solitude. These people, often monks or spiritual seekers, believed that in silence and solitude, they could find the answers they were searching for. Monks, for instance, have a long tradition of embracing solitude in various religions. Monasteries serve as sanctuaries of peace where monks dedicate their lives to prayer, meditation, and understanding deeper truths. In the silence of these sacred spaces, they believe they can connect more intimately with the divine or their inner self. This practice isn't just limited to monks. History is replete with stories of sage hermits and even ordinary individuals who have sought solitude to deepen their understanding of life and themselves. For example, in Eastern traditions, it's not uncommon to hear about yogis who retreated into the Himalayas for years seeking enlightenment. These individuals believed that by removing themselves from the distractions of everyday life, they could achieve a higher state of consciousness. In the Western world, too, we find similar stories. Think of Henry David Thoreau, who spent 2 years in a cabin in the woods seeking to live simply and delve into his thoughts without the interference of society. His experiences, recorded in his famous book Walden, highlight how solitude can lead to profound insights and a deeper appreciation for life. But it's important to remember that seeking solitude doesn't necessarily mean abandoning society altogether. It's more about finding balance. It's about creating space in your life to be alone with your thoughts, to listen to your inner voice without the constant noise of the world around you. This can be as simple as spending a few minutes each day in quiet reflection, or as complex as taking a sabbatical to explore your inner world. But let's pause for a moment. Have you noticed how you no longer enjoy small talk? How the usual gossip or weekend plans don't excite you anymore? This is a pivotal moment in your journey. You're not losing interest in people. You're gaining interest in meaningful interactions. It's a subtle yet powerful shift that often goes unnoticed until you find yourself alone on a Friday night, wondering why you declined that party invitation. This transition can be tough. You might feel misunderstood, judged, or even abandoned by those you once considered close. It's a path that can be lonely. But remember, it's also a path of authenticity. You're shedding layers that no longer resonate with your true self, and in this process, it's natural to feel like an outcast. But here's the beautiful part. As you move through this phase, you start attracting people who are on the same wavelength as you. Your tribe might get smaller, but it becomes more significant. These new connections will be more profound, more aligned with who you are and who you're becoming. It's a journey from quantity to quality, from superficial to substantial. As we continue to explore the signs of this profound inner transformation, we arrive at the second sign, the intensification of sensitivity. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the intensity of your emotions, or perhaps by the energies around you? This heightened sensitivity is more than just a fleeting mood. It's a pivotal aspect of your spiritual awakening. Suddenly, the world seems louder, brighter, more intense. You're not just seeing, you're perceiving. You're not just hearing, you're listening. Every sense is amplified, and with this amplification comes a deeper understanding of the world and your place in it. This newfound sensitivity can manifest in various ways. Perhaps you find yourself deeply moved by a piece of music, or maybe you're more affected by the news than you used to be. You might feel an overwhelming empathy towards others, sensing their joy and pain as if it were your own. This can be both a blessing and a burden. While it allows you to experience life more fully, it can also leave you feeling exposed, raw, vulnerable. This intensity is not just limited to emotions. Your physical senses might sharpen too. You may notice nuances in tastes and smells that you previously overlooked. The texture of fabric, the hues of colors, the subtleties in sounds. Everything feels magnified. This can lead to an overwhelming sense of being bombarded by sensory information, making everyday environments feel suddenly overstimulating. But why does this happen? As you awaken spiritually, your awareness expands. You start connecting with the world on a more profound level, tapping into subtleties that were previously unnoticed. This sensitivity is a sign that you're opening up, that your consciousness is expanding beyond the confines of your previous self. Navigating this heightened sensitivity can be challenging. You might find yourself needing more alone time, seeking quiet spaces to recharge and process your experiences. It's important to remember that this is not a retreat from the world, but rather a way to find balance in your expanding awareness. One belief and practice that aligns with the topic of intensification of sensitivity is meditation. Meditation is a centuries-old practice that has been used by people from various cultures and backgrounds to enhance their sensitivity to their inner selves and the world around them. Meditation involves the deliberate focus of attention and elimination of distractions, allowing individuals to connect with their inner thoughts, emotions, and sensations. Through this practice, individuals often report heightened sensitivity to their own feelings and a deeper understanding of their inner world. Meditation can help individuals become more attuned to their emotions. As mentioned earlier, heightened sensitivity can lead to intense emotions. Meditation can be a tool to navigate these emotions effectively. By sitting in silence and observing their thoughts and feelings without judgment, individuals can develop a greater awareness of their emotional states. This heightened emotional awareness can lead to better emotional regulation and a greater sense of inner peace. Additionally, meditation can enhance sensory perception. When individuals meditate, they often focus on their breath or a specific point of attention. This heightened focus can lead to a greater awareness of physical sensations. People may notice the subtle rise and fall of their breath, the feeling of the ground beneath them, or the sensation of the air on their skin. This increased sensitivity to physical sensations can carry over into daily life, allowing individuals to experience the world with greater depth and richness. As you adjust to this new level of sensitivity, you'll begin to see it not as a hurdle, but as a gift. It allows you to experience life with a depth and richness that was previously unimaginable. It connects you to the world in a way that is profoundly personal and deeply meaningful. Now we arrive at the third sign, the quest for authenticity and truth. This aspect of spiritual awakening is pivotal as it shapes your interaction with the world and yourself. Have you ever caught yourself questioning the norms, the very fabric of your reality? You start to look beyond the surface, yearning for something genuine, something real. This quest for authenticity isn't just about seeking truth in the world around you. It's also about uncovering the truth within yourself. It's a deep dive into the core of your being, questioning long-held beliefs and values. This journey towards authenticity often starts with introspection. You might find yourself spending more time in self-reflection, examining your thoughts, feelings, and actions. It's like you're peeling back layers, uncovering aspects of yourself that were hidden or ignored. This process can be uncomfortable, even painful at times, as it challenges you to confront parts of yourself that you may not be proud of. But it's also liberating, as it brings you closer to your true self. Your quest for authenticity also changes how you interact with the world. You become more discerning about the information you consume, the conversations you engage in, and the company you keep. Superficial chatter, hollow relationships, and societal facades lose their appeal. You crave depth, honesty, and sincerity in all forms of communication. It's not about being critical or judgmental. It's about aligning your external life with your inner truth. This alignment isn't always easy. It can lead to conflicts with societal norms and expectations. You might find yourself at odds with the status quo, feeling like an outsider as you pursue a path less traveled. But this is the essence of your awakening. It's a journey of breaking free from illusions and embracing the truth, no matter how uncomfortable or unconventional it may be. In the world of medieval philosophy, there was a thinker who embodied the quest for authenticity and truth in his own unique way. His name was Thomas Aquinas, and he was a theologian and philosopher who lived in the 13th century. While the times he lived in were vastly different from our own, his pursuit of truth and authenticity remains a timeless example of the human quest for understanding. Thomas Aquinas was a man who sought to reconcile faith and reason in a world where the two were often seen as opposing forces. He believed that truth could be found in both religious teachings and in the natural world, and he dedicated his life to uncovering the deeper meanings behind both.